This is Sam Whitwer, and you are listening to Page Turners. They were not.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brennan White, and noise you're hearing is my ventilator, and welcome to this special Thanksgiving episode of Page Turners They Were Not, my Star Wars podcast. Today, I just want to talk about a simple question. Why am I grateful for Star Wars? I think, for me, the greatest thing about Star Wars is that it is fun. It's fun. It's entertaining. It's weird. And it is all those things. We go back to the original film, and it is weird and wild and fun and hopeful and joyous. So let me break down those things and why I'm grateful for them. First of all, Star Wars is fun. It's just fun. It's energetic, fast-paced, adventurous fun. It's fun to see these weird and wacky aliens and locations, crazy characters that we absolutely love. The joy that I find in just the adventure and the fun and the wildness of Star Wars cannot be overstated. The just the imagination. Let us consider for a minute one of the most famous scenes in all of cinema, and that is the Mos Eisley Cantina, filled with an array of weird aliens, some of which we'll be seeing next week in Skeleton Crew. Very strange looking creatures. And if you kind of want more information, Jennifer Landa from Force Center did a terrific video on the making of that scene, which she does such a good job. But it's fun. It's such a colorful, interesting place that is reminiscent of an Old West saloon, but with a fantasy twist. Um, let's consider R2-D2 and C3PO. These are fun characters. And you add people like Chewbacca and Yoda. You add BB-8. You add Jar Jar Binks. You add all these characters that add such an interesting level of fun. But also, Star Wars is fun because it brings out the kid in all of us. We watch Star Wars, and immediately you want to go out on the playground and act it out like a kid. That's why I'm thankful for the fun of Star Wars. Because face it, in our world today, we need fun. The other things I really like about Star Wars, and why I'm grateful for it, is it's adventurous. It's taking us to all these things that we never seen before. And like, oh, hey, Edgar, folks, you're listening to a live recording and there's a technical glitch. You can click my thing. Okay, thank you. Sorry, that folks, technical problem. The sense of adventure. Yet again, you want to go out with your friends and act it out. Or come up with your own adventures in the Star Wars galaxy. Next week with Skeleton Crew, I think we're going to get a good dose of that adventure. I'm also grateful for Star Wars because it's hopeful. But before we get into hope, I also need to express my gratitude for the fact that Star Wars teaches us how to be better people. It teaches us important lessons. The Star Wars quote that resonates with me the most, for which I am endlessly grateful, is your focus determines your reality. Spoken by Qui-Gon Jinn in The Phantom Menace. As someone who has a physical handicap, I can tell you that that lesson means more to me than I can say. The way I live my life is based on that. And I didn't realize that I was already living that way before I really considered that the quote was applicable to me. The way I look at life is that what determines what I feel, what I see, how I behave, is what I'm focused on. My focus personally is on Jesus Christ, is on positivity, is on optimism. But no matter what your focus is, that determines your reality. Wiser words have never been spoken, I don't think. At least not in Star Wars. The idea that if you're focused on the wrong things, that will create your reality. I think that we can all agree that we live in very troubled times. And more than that, we're living right now in a very troubled world. If your focus is on the trouble, then I think all you will experience is misery and sadness. If you focus on the good, little acts of kindness, hope that things will get better, then optimism and joy and peace are what you will find as your reality. And I am grateful for that lesson. There are so many other great lessons, morals in Star Wars that in all Star Wars, the shows, animated live action, the movies that teach us how to be better people. And George Lucas himself said that the bottom line of Star Wars is every day you can choose to do good and help people and be selfless or not. And I'm grateful for that lesson. So I want to end on hope. I'm grateful for the messages of hope in Star Wars. We live in a troubled world. There's some things that just happen recently that are making people very anxious, depressed, sad, and so on. But Star Wars teaches us at the end of the day, there is always hope. The original film is called A New Hope. Rogue One ends with the word hope. The Last Jedi ends with a kid looking up, hopefully, into the stars, into the future. That is one of the greatest lessons of Star Wars, and what it teaches us is that we can all find hope together as friends, as a team. We're not alone. And when we band together, there is hope for the future. And I tell you, for me, one of the most poignant shots recently in a Star Wars project are, or is, at the end of The Rise of Skywalker, Rey, Finn, and Poe tearfully embracing after the victory has been won. To me, that is one of the most moving moments in Star Wars. They did it together. And let's always remember that great line from General Lando Calrissian. There are more of us, Poe. There are more of us. There will always be more good people than evil. There will always be more good than bad. I honestly believe that good will always win. And that is the hope inspired by that galaxy far, far away. And that is what I'm most grateful for in Star Wars. Well, folks, happy Thanksgiving. Let's enjoy each other's friendship and company. Let's unite together. Let all the good people of the world come together. Happy Thanksgiving from my podcast, Page Turners They Were Not. My name is Brendan Marr, that noise you hear is my ventilator. Thank you for listening, and may the force be with you.